Greetings, my name is Morris Howard Urban Jr., and I am the founder of Mansa Consulting, a business that specializes in the development of our youth. Well, let me talk a little bit about my journey, which has been an exciting journey. My journey started in the classroom as a high school teacher. I taught for 11 years in some of the public schools across the country. Started off in Cleveland, then I moved to Euclid, and then also ended up in Los Angeles teaching at an African-based centered school. What was really important about my teaching, I was always concerned about the young people. My passion really is the youth. And I found that a lot of my youth came into my classroom very dysregulated, very angry, very frustrated, very sad. So in addition to teaching social studies, whether it be history, American history, government, and politics, I was really concerned about teaching to the students' lives and to their concerns. So I was trained in this curriculum called nonviolent communication or compassionate communication. And this is a communication technique or a style that can be integrated into your classroom where it teaches young people to speak and to listen from the heart. It helps them become more self-aware. It helps them regulate their emotion. It helps them build relationships. And it helps them kind of come together and form community. They loved it. So in addition to teaching about American history and in different world wars, we actually had the kids learn about themselves and they had an opportunity to communicate from a place of their feelings and their needs. Great opportunity. Then when I finished teaching in Ohio, I moved to Los Angeles, California, and I found another teaching gig teaching at a school called Audubon. And it was a program called Boys Uplifted. Again, this program was for boys who had behavior and emotional challenges, and they needed a different type of environment. And I had the skills and the abilities and the talents to kind of help with this program. So my job was to learn how to teach in an African-centered way. And when I say African-centered, African-centered curriculum is about movement and it's about culturally relevant teaching. So you teach through music, rhythm, and rhyme. So everything we did was up and out of our seats. It was engaging, and we formed a council, which is an ancient practice of talking about our problems and our feelings, and also connecting that to their problems outside of the classroom. So I used a lot of what I learned in Ohio with the nonviolent communication, and also what I learned in California about teaching in an African-centered way, which is again through movement, rhythm, rhyme, and it was culturally relevant. The boys loved it. And they actually learned how to deal with their problems outside of the classroom. That's what made me such a really motivational teacher, because I really spoke to the emotional and the physical needs of my students in a fun and genuine way. Don't forget about the fun. Learning really doesn't take place unless it's fun. So one of my gifts is just my energy, my passion. I'm always energetic. I always have just as much energy as the kids, and that's really important. So as I segued out of my last teaching position, I decided to, go for it, to open my own company. And it started with the mentoring. So I took some of these same young men in the classroom, and we started a small program called the Mansa Mentoring Program at the school on the campus of USC. So we met Saturdays for about 2 hours, and we learned about, it was a support program, it was a mentoring program, and I taught the young men how to make better choices. So this program lasted for a couple of years, and it kind of spurred into other things. I started doing small motivational talks at churches, small motivational talks at schools, and I started coaching different after-school programs. But again, my energy and my brand was just self-awareness and really helping young people feel emotionally safe and have fun. So then when I moved back to Ohio in 2011, I got a job working at a nonprofit called Open Doors Academy. So I brought all my experiences from the classroom into my position as education director at Open Doors Academy. And this was fun because now I was responsible for training and coaching adults to go into different schools to create this fun yet emotionally safe environment in the after-school setting. And somehow, at this job, I started emceeing different community events. So I would show up and I would start I would have a microphone in my hand and say it would be a holiday party or it would be some sort of parent meeting. I would find a way of helping people, motivate people, and creating a sense of fun. So Then I segued into, we started doing these things at my job called the holiday dinner parties. And we had a DJ, but I felt like there was something missing. So one day we're doing this holiday party. It's over 500 families there. We're eating. It's during Christmas time. The music is playing. And I just grabbed the microphone and I just started emceeing. I started kind of pumping the music up. I started getting people on the dance floor. I started saying motivational sayings and affirmations. And next thing you know, this became a staple. So I started taking this ability to MC and to energize the crowd and motivate the crowd and get people out of their comfort zones. And I started going into schools and doing this during the cafeteria time. So I'll come to a school and I will assess the climate. And I know during the lunch periods, this is an opportunity, where the whole school comes together and they're eating together. But a lot of times it's very disconnected. Kids are very cliquey. It's very isolated, So I saw a need there. So the first opportunity where I did this is at a school called Miles Park. It's a K-8 school on 93rd and Harvard. Walked into the cafeteria and I grabbed the microphone again. And this was with the young elementary school students. They were kindergarten through about third grade. So I had the microphone, I had the speakers playing, and I would say little nursery rhymes and little songs, and I would have kids, follow me around and get them in their seats. But the whole goal of this school is to get the kids to listen to the cafeteria aides and also to get them to have fun in an orderly way. So that was a success. So then I find myself making different CDs, coming to these schools. I would find the kids that could dance. I would find the kids that can sing, that can rap. So we turned the lunch period into an actual show where I would showcase students' talents. I would MC the room. I would kind of keep the kids in harmony and have kids that really appreciate the students' talents and gifts. So I had an opportunity to meet a PTA member at the South Euclid-Lyndhurst School District. And she wanted me to come to a PTA meeting and just kind of talk about my business and the different programs I can offer to the South Euclid-Lyndhurst district. Got to the meeting and I shared about my mentoring programs, my school assemblies, my teacher trainings, and my summer enrichment programs. And they were just interested because it was around March and April, and they were just interested in starting off with possibly having me come in and do the after prom. But I was told that the after prom is very challenging because, the kids are seniors and they're very mature acting, and sometimes some other activities can go on. So you have to be very engaging and you have to be very skilled in keeping the kids' attention. And I reassured all the parents and administrators there that night that Mansa Consulting will really do the job and do the job well. But I said, first, let's start here. I have this program called Cafeteria Entertainment, where I go into a school cafeteria. All I need is a microphone and some speakers. And I'm going to provide entertainment. I provide motivational speaking. And also as an opportunity to showcase the kids' gifts and talents in the school. So I said, if you guys give me an opportunity, I'll come to Brush High School. I'll work in all the lunch periods. And I guarantee I'll entertain the kids. I'll share some of my gifts and talents. And also, I'll create a climate where the kids will come up in front of the whole school and share their gifts and share their talents. So they said, okay. So I set a date, showed up to Brush High School. They had the microphone set up. They had the speaker set up. And really with my personality, I'm very engaging. I'm very energetic. And I just love being around young people. So the system is set up this way. When the kids come in, I'm welcoming kids, I'm inviting kids, I'm speaking with kids. I have something called the spirit ball. I'm tossing the spirit ball at kids, just making kids feel comfortable and safe. And also kids are a little bit like, who is this guy? I got a big smile, I have a big personality. I put people at ease. Then I play some current music that the kids like, play some Future, or play some Drake, play some Rihanna. So kids are really thrown off guard. They're coming in school, which is an institution, which is very boring, it's very destructured, and they heard music playing. So naturally kids are like, But kids are still really afraid to come out of their comfort zones. So I'm noticing as I'm speaking to kids, the music is playing, I have the microphone, I'm cracking jokes, right? Kids are coming in, looking at me a little strange, but everybody's sitting down. Administrators are looking at me too because they're wondering, they're curious about what's about to happen. So the music is playing, I'm speaking in the microphone, some kids are laughing, some kids are just watching me. So I might I'm a hip hop artist, so I might kind of do a freestyle to get their attention. Or I might put on a line dance and start line dancing. But the whole point is, the more the time passes, the more I feel like the environment is becoming an emotionally safe environment. Well, then all of a sudden, I say, hey, who wants to come up in front of the cafeteria? Who wants to do a song? Who wants to dance? And then next year, I have kids coming up singing. I have kids rapping. And then I, to culminate my cafeteria entertainment, I put on a line dance. And I have about 15 or 20 students just having a good time. So this really is an opportunity to improve the school culture and school climate. Because if you have kids performing in front of their peers, that really enhances the environment, and it makes it student-centered where kids can feel safe to express their talents. And then if you meet the kids where they're at, then when it's time to go to the classroom, they have an outlet and then they can learn. So even though it's about fun, it's about reciprocity, it's about school validation, and it's about strengthening the culture and the climate through music, through storytelling, and having the kids share their gifts and share their talents. Thank you.